What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today I'm doing a new video on best team possible. The last one I made definitely needs an update. It's been about a year that I've been playing since I made that one, and I definitely missed some things. So let's get started. This is the best team possible, so like your best team for arena. This could also be a best blitz team. You could use them to make like a little miscellaneous team after you've used all your same color teams, and it can also be a great team for Guild War. So let's get started. The best PvP hero is Vlad. His special attack heals, and he can also deal a lot of damage. He's a flyer, so he doesn't get hit by all those skeleton giants at area of effect, and his debuff decreases enemy attack per second. So all around, Vlad is just a great hero for PvP. Next is Dark Hunter. Dark Hunter debuffs enemy attack, and it gets lowered when you go into things like arena and buff. It's not 100% or 150 or whatever it might be. It's definitely a lot less. I think it's around 70% once he gets 7 stars. The enemy's attack will be 70% of what it was when the battle started. But either way, debuffing enemy attack is great. And Dark Hunter as a ranger has a high critical rate. So if you increase attack, critical rate, and critical damage, he can be a great damage dealer on his own, and he debuffs enemy attack. Sorrow is just a great damage dealer. Her special attack also stuns the enemy. Her team buff increases gunner attack, which if you have a couple other gunners, that can be helpful. Not the best buff, but overall one of the strongest heroes for later in the game. Scud is the next hero I'm going to talk about. He would get a buff from Sorrow, so he fits well in the team. He gives a buff to all team attack, which is super helpful. He also has an area of effect attack that can do a lot of damage. He can be a good hero on his own, especially in some of those blitz battles where you're going up against weaker teams, or once you get them ranked up. Scud is one of the best PvP heroes. Next, we're going to talk about the tanks. There's 2 tanks that I really like. That's Siegfried. He's got a good attack per second, a large area of effect radius, and a good critical rate. So he's just got great base stats. He's got good base HP, and his buff increases his HP even further, making him pretty hard to kill. And he's a great hero to have for an all-white team or for your endgame arena team. The other tank I really like is Gladiator. He's got a low attack range. His attack range is only 150, and most tanks are 220, so he's closer to the enemies, and he has a high attack area of effect radius. So being closer and having a that high area of effect at 350, he can be a great damage dealer and take out a lot of heroes in the back line if he's got some AoE buffs. His buff increases all green HP, so he's really good in a green team. But even on an arena team, he buffs his own HP. Super helpful tank. Really good hero to have. Next up, I think this hero is underrated a little bit, although a lot of people still use him, and that's Monkey King. He has a good attack per second already, and then if you increase that, you can, if the enemy only has 1 or 2 tanks, with Monkey King alone, they could potentially be stunned for the whole battle, because he attacks so fast, and his special has area of effect, so he can stun an entire front line. His buff also attacks or increases his own attack per second and any other red heroes you have. Like if you use Scud, Scud will also be benefited by that. Next is Tesla. Tesla increases her own attack, and that self buff is a lot. And her special attack stuns all enemies within the area of her area of effect. And she's just one of the strongest heroes in endgame. One of the best heroes to have. Almost a must-have for your arena team / best team. Next on Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade is a great PvP hero. He can be a really good tank. And then he also buffs your whole team's defense. So you can just give your heroes a little bit more survivability, and he's just a great hero to have by himself. Onyx is a great hero for later on in the game. Kind of mediocre in the middle and beginning. But she's got a good area of effect and buffs all team attack. You can never go wrong with an all team attack buff. Next is Circe. I've seen Circe. I've won battles just because of Circe, and I've lost battles where I was way overpowered just because of her Circe. With that special ability Possess, she takes over one of the enemy's heroes, and even if it's only for a second, it can destroy any momentum and totally mess up any team. Even if you have triple the power, Circe can potentially derail your whole team. So if you need another hero to put into your team, Circe is always a good option. I really like Petunia. I think she's another underrated hero that a lot of people don't really talk about, but with her special ability, she transforms an enemy for 9 seconds. That is a long time for them not to be able to attack. Most stuns are like 3 or maybe 4 seconds. Hers is 9. And that enemy will have defense down. So that's just a great special ability. Her buff increases all team defense, giving your team more survivability. And I think that makes Petunia one of the best heroes. One more hero is Valkyrie. Valkyrie is possibly the strongest ranger. Her ice arrows can freeze the enemy, and she also gives all team critical damage. And if you have critical rate stacked up on Siegfried, increased critical damage, he could potentially take out an entire team in one attack. And then I know this might not be the most popular, but Skeleton Giant, I have to throw him in there. I think his area of attack, his special 2, is one of the strongest. I mean, I definitely have my area of effect stacked up on my Skeleton Giant, and that's probably why he just seems stronger, but my whole team has never gotten destroyed by a hero like it does against some Skeleton Giants. Some Skeleton Giants I go up against, even some that are a 4/7 or a 5/7, will completely annihilate a team if it's not set up right. So if you have all the other tanks, if you've got a Siegfried and a Gladiator ready to go, you won't have to worry about Skeleton King. But in the beginning, middle, and even sometimes in the later rounds, depending on how you've set up your teams and worked on your heroes, Skeleton King can be an excellent tank in any stage of the game. So those are the best heroes for PvP, for Arena. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned something. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. as I plan on making some more guides. Alright.